Hey, what's going on, guys? Just a quick update. If you guys saw my video on this Nightcore, all right, this is my latest W lights. The NPL 25 GL fits perfectly on this Gen 3 Glock lower, I guess you'd call it. But anyway, one of the big advantages, if you didn't see my video on this light, was the ease of popping the battery out to charge. All right, so you could charge these separately. You don't have to dismount the light. This has the, well, let me put the battery back on. This one has, it's a laser light combo. All right, and it might be hard for you to see the actual, there it is, the green dot. All right, I set that up perfectly with the sights, so I don't want to dismount the entire light just to put it back on, because I'd have to adjust that every single time. That's kind of a pain. All right, so I do like the fact that this battery pops out so easily. And you can check to see, whoops, other side, the power. So this one still has full power, even though I've been playing with it. But I mentioned in that video that I wanted to get another one of these. That's what makes this so advantageous, is to have a spare. So the idea is, I mean, if you have one, cool, you could take it off, but now you don't have a functional light. You know what I'm saying? So let's say it's that really bad luck where, all right, you realized, you know, your light's a little low, you took it off, you checked it, oh no, I only have one light now. So I'm going to take it off, I'm going to charge it, but you know that you're doing this at 10 o'clock at night. So now you're charging it overnight, and this may or may not be something you might need in the bump of the night, right? So it would just be your luck, or anyone's luck, that that's the night you kind of need it and there's no flashlight, right? So the idea is to always have a spare. So I did get a spare PLB 500. All right. In case you want to look it up. So this comes with, of course, another charging cable, which is nice because these are very specific to these batteries. All right, so having a spare charging cable is actually really awesome because I can keep it in two different locations depending on where this ends up. And of course, there's our second battery. Now out of the box, you can see it is still fully charged. All right, so you go ahead and pop this on here and check it out, and there you go. So both batteries are good to go. Might as well leave that one on. Doesn't really make a difference. So I just want to give you a quick update. I knew I wanted to get another one. That was the entire point of it. I might even get a second one. You know, I don't know if that's super necessary. But again, like, there's two major locations that well, there's one major location I spend time, obviously, in my home. But I do spend time in another location. I do split up my gear and all my different stuff because I don't know which location I'm always going to be at. And also in a preparedness sense of mind, if something goes down, like for good, you know, in the country, I'd have the option of either going to, you know, place A or place B. They both have their pros and cons, advantages, disadvantages, but when it comes to stuff like this, I kind of like having doubles. I do doubles of a lot of things, and I keep it at the other location just for such a scenario. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to share that with you. Super cool. Now, it'll never be without a battery, because when I go to charge it, the other one will take its place. So that's all. This is also good, not just for this type of flashlight, but any flashlight. If you have a, like, let's say you're not super into flashlights, but you like the EDC gear, you like the idea of carrying a flashlight, you went out and you got yourself like an Olight or, you know, Surefire or a Streamlight, whatever you did, right? If you have one flashlight and one battery, you're doing it wrong. You should at least have another battery or even a pack of batteries and a charger. And you should always keep a couple batteries fully charged in case there's a power outage or something. Who knows what the scenario is, right? You won't have time or the energy to charge if you don't have like a generator or obviously anything to, you know, if you have a you know, portable battery pack or anything like that at all to charge up those batteries. So I've been caught in the past, like now I have so many damn flashlights that, you know, I literally have probably, I don't know, 200, 300 flashlights. Like, I'm not going to be caught without a battery. I will say that probably 10% of my flashlights, the batteries are dead. Just because I'm testing, I'm constantly rotating through. I just don't have the time sometimes to just check every single one. So yeah, some are dead. I go to use it, oh crap, it's dead, I'll have to charge it. But again, I have hundreds. You know, it's not a big deal. I can grab something else. So if you're someone who only has maybe 1, 2, or even 3 flashlights, that's fine. You don't need millions of flashlights, but I would very much recommend having extra backup, you know, batteries. Extra batteries are a good thing in any scenario. You never know if your battery's dead. If you need it in that moment and you don't have the time to charge the battery, it's just nice to have it at the ready. Plus, that extends to your vehicle. If you like to keep some kind of bag in your vehicle, Again, spare batteries are always great to have. Obviously, standard stuff too. AA's, AAA's. You never know where you're going to be, what you might need. Any style flashlight battery that you might have. You know, CR123s, 18650s, 21700s, all the lithium batteries. I will say, as far as vehicles go, be careful with the lithium batteries. Obviously, if they get too hot, you can have serious problems with them. I haven't personally had that issue at all. Knock on some wood. Off to the side here. The only time I've ever had an issue with lithium ions is when I had more than one cell. And there are specifically CR123s where I had two of them. You never, ever, ever want to mix a brand new one and a, you know, depleted one. Or if they're, you know, CR123As or whatever, so you can recharge them, you don't want to have like one fully charged and one empty, because what will happen is when you put them together and you connect that circuit, it transfers the energy from the good one to the bad one. But it happens so rapidly, they overheat and they can explode, pop. They vent sometimes with flame. I've had that literally happen on a Surefire. I think it was a 6P back in the day. I did a trade with a police officer, and this was the first time I ever had a flashlight with CR123s, and I didn't know this. I literally got it in the mail, popped some batteries in that I had that I got in another trade because someone traded me flashlights and gave me these extra CR123s, so the only ones I had at the time. One was good, one was bad. When I put them together, turned the flashlight on, it worked fine, and then all of a sudden it started smoking like 20 seconds into playing around with it, and the top of the glass popped and a little flame went, and then it was just like this toxic lithium fire, you know, smoke, which thank God I didn't, you know, breathe in too badly. But you got to be careful with that kind of stuff. So when it comes to batteries, you know, you can learn. There's millions of YouTube videos on stuff like this. Learn how to store them and use them safely. For the most part, you never get a problem, but you just don't know with some of the high energy batteries, so just be careful. That's it. Just want to share that with you. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.